Hello everyone, my name is Lily and today we're going to be doing a quick catch up on the small mini quests from Control. I didn't do any of the DLC, but what I did want to do was the side quests, and I didn't think that it would be important enough to just record a full episode at the time, so I kind of put together bits and pieces of several episodes I recorded in my off time.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
And I quickly just ran through the content, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover for the stuff as we go through it so I can get you all caught up on what we did.
You heard the director stop the hiss, right? Sounds like she can really handle things.
Finally, someone had the balls to take the fight to them. It's about time we had someone other than an old man at the helm.
Actually, I agree. She's beaten the hiss over and over. If we win this thing, it'll be because of her.
I'll be here waiting for you when you wake up, brother. If you wake up.
When do you think Marshall's coming back? It's not like her.
The darling is really gone.
Marshall's as tough as they come.
End of an era.
You don't need to
That's
worry
what they're
about
saying. I heard something about him falling into a different dimension.
That sounds like a perfect way for a man of science to go. Godspeed, you brave son of a bitch.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
Yeah, I accidentally triggered that. So I didn't do it though, I promise. And then this was one of the missions because we also had to find
Someone needs help over there.
several of the missing items, right? So this is one of
Sounds like there's a man down.
several.
I'm here. What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Who's Wells?
My squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks.
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We followed the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry, the threshold.
You know, the funny thing is I wasn't ready for it either. Honestly, you'll see the fight. It was so difficult for me. This one actually took me forever to solve because I realized later that I had to put the clocks at a particular time. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I just very quickly wanted to show you guys what I did, but I just sped it up because why the heck not? I do like the sound of her walking though. It's very cute, like the very fast walking. So you can see that every time has a different thing. So that's pretty much how to solve this puzzle. Then we got the key. And then we can skedaddle. I actually really love this motel though, so I feel sad about leaving it behind. But I don't know if we'll revisit it again in the DLC, right? It's possible.
This Wells guy can't be far.
Shit.
For some reason, I just couldn't get it to work. I had to like run around him.
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
What's with the clocks?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
Here I'm really just jumping through everything. Because there was a lot of just running around.
Let me see.
So I just skipped to where all their dialogue was because I felt like the dialogue was super important and I didn't want you guys to miss out on that too.
Altered item?
The anchor, yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple item retrieval. But the power of that thing had. I've never seen anything like it.
I did, however, read documents, so here we go. Jasper Post Box. Background: agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and Bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and reinforming the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel had been deemed too dangerous, given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York.
That's O'Neill. Shit! No one else got out.
That's an altered item up there.
It's so funny because during this whole battle, I didn't even realize that that's where it was. Oh. Okay, nice. Sorry I shot it up and made it terrible.
That wasn't so bad.
Okay. Arctic Queen supplementary materials. A. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? LM. I was running out to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I wouldn't be gone long. He was drawing on the table when I left. Had his crayons out, happy. Building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later beside the fridge. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fall on it and those drawings still there. How does that happen? A. You kept the refrigerator after the accident? Why? LM. It still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a bad way back then. A. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawings still on it? WM. They'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off those magnets, but maybe it was better I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge got to do with the building collapse anyway? Ooh.
That safe room is where the altered item cornered us. We sealed the door on the way out. We couldn't let it get out into the bureau.
I'll need to come deal with that altered item later.
Oh.
If I open the safe room now, Wells could get hurt.
Very, very true.
We locked it tight. Come on, we need to get back to Harlan's. When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. It's my job.
Okay, Mr. Dead Dog, what do you think of this? You know that airplane we bought in? Like the actual proper plane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal. And that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do. I do.
Just keep going straight. Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be there. Let's go. Hold on. Something's wrong with him.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Horowitz. Oh, God, no.
I should talk to Wells. Make sure he's okay.
He's not. His best friend was just slaughtered.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director. I'll go see what good I can do there.
This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
Let's beat the shit out of it. No? Threshold Management Retrospective Threshold 9D Summary. Threshold with effect blank manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the blank department. Simultaneously, numerous blank appeared in the area, injuring and killing many blank. After rescue operations were completed and blank, rangers were sent in to discover the threshold's epicenter. The sheer amount of blank made the expedition impossible. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized the threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of the blank blank as blank when introduced to more stable blank.
Great. More clocks.
Oh, that's so cool. Let me just say, I struggled during this fight. It was so cool, but I had to look up a tactic, and I ended up turning on the invincible mode because I just kept dying. Oh, Lord. and it was awful. Very, very cool boss fight, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh,
What the fuck is that?
it's awful. Oh my god.
It's making more clocks?
I want to say I also recorded all of this catch-up while I was sick. And you can't hear it in my voice, which is absolutely amazing. But it never occurred to me that you had to use the smaller, like, red-faced clocks in order to damage it.
Anchor. That must be the altered item.
So, it is what it is. This channel is all about learning, isn't it? Holy shit.
There. No wonder the Rangers had such a hard time with that one. All this paranatural power contained in one place is a risk. Makes me wonder what other dangers are locked away inside the Bureau.
Yeah, you ain't wrong, girl. This place is a horrible, horrible place.
I'm worried about Alfred.
Do either of you have cats?
I possess 2 canines, sir.
I am more of a reptile person.
Right.
It's his cat he's talking about. Hello.
I found all those missing altered items.
All of them? Wow, you have a gift, ma'am. But those weren't all of the altered items missing from the Panopticon.
What?
The hiss must be making them restless. We've had several more containment breaches.
What?
How many of these things did he lose? How many?
Just a couple. Should be no problem for you. I really appreciate your help. Really, just super.
Flamingo, mannequin, and rubber duck. The rubber duck? Oh my god. Okay.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here,
I guess.
like always.
I guess that's, we got some more shit to find. Oh. Hello.
God, the only thing creepier than one mannequin is a few dozen of the damn things.
For this one, you just have to find the correct one, basically. Oh.
New Bureau policy. No more mannequins.
Cool. I think this one was slightly annoying. I do remember a really intense boss fight, and I kept falling through the floor because the floor would fall out under me.
That's got to be an altered item.
That was the only time I struggled with this, but this one was also very cool. I love the colors being used for this item. It did take me a couple tries to realize I had to fly my ass through there like Superman, though. Oh. Uh-oh.
This thing again. You got into another altered item?
Former?
What does this thing want? Is it fighting the board?
Yeah, I want to know the story behind it, and I just want to know more about this thing. It's so cool.
I never did like flamingos. Too pink.
Pink flamingo. Containment procedure. No unique procedure required. Altered status is suspected but unverified. Description: altered effect. A plastic pink flamingo lawn ornament. 2 steel prongs extend from its underside. The item is suspected to influence atmospheric physics, altering meteorological phenomena in the area. This effect is currently unconfirmed. Appendix: new altered effect has been observed. That's probably what we fought. Ramen lantern. Containment procedure. The item should be kept in a locked containment cell. Any prolonged observation of the item should be avoided. Description: the item is a paper lantern known as a cho-chin. The paper is red with elegant black Japanese characters that translate to ramen. Item is an altered effect that is both physical and psychological. Nearby objects gravitate towards the item with minor force of blank. More notable is its ability to track sentient organisms with its rich red color and warm, comforting glow. I mean, yes, for ramen, right? Waste mannequin. Containment procedure. No known procedures for preventing the item's effect. Update 390. Lining the item cell with newly discovered black rock has yielded positive results. Test with other altered items. Description: a wire and fabric waste mannequin. The base and head are made out of stained wood. The item duplicates. The trigger for this behavior is unknown. No correlation can be found in either the number of duplications that manifest during an episode or the duration for which they last before disappearing. Anchor procedures. Ocelot's anchor. Containment procedure: black rock paneling successfully prevents manifestation of the sphere. Description: a Trotman-style anchor made of iron with a wooden stock. Surface is rusted in places, weighs 3,789 pounds. The item generates a persistent blank sphere, the purpose of which is currently unknown. This sphere is always generated at a precise point in relation to the item, specifically blank horizontal feet and blank vertical feet from the blank of the anchor. Appendix 425-1983. Blank, Ranger First Class was dropped into the sphere wearing a diving suit with dedicated oxygen line at blank AM EST. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds inside the sphere, blank's oxygen line was cut at the sphere's border by an unforeseen force. All agents in the room during blank's entry into the sphere experienced vomiting, vertigo, and loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. Ranger Blank has been declared MIA, presumed dead. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this one.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing very...
This one was a little hard to find. Like, I didn't realize I had to go through a different entrance to be able to get in. And then I eventually found it, because I didn't know what else to do. Where the heck is this? Oh. Okay. What? I just went in a circle. I'm sure that the people who designed these particular objects had so much fun doing so, because you kind of could do literally whatever, and I'm so glad that they took the freedoms to do so, because there are a lot of so interesting things to come across and research and look into, and the lore is thick and juicy like a steak. Oh. Oh.
Disappearing ducks. Great.
Okay. Is it quacking? It's cute.
Finally, no more quacking.
There was quacking then. Okay, I guess we gotta go back now.
Director visits and my exhibits are suddenly acting up. At least some of you are behaving, my good little buddies.
Every altered item on your list is now back in the Panopticon, safe and sound.
That's a load off my mind. Missing altered items don't exactly reflect well on me, you know. Did they give you any trouble?
The flamingo pulled me into the astral plane just like the fridge did. That same creature was there.
I was looking over the old activity reports, and multiple items have been displaying much more destructive behavior in the past few weeks. There's some connection there, I bet, but that's a bit above my pay grade.
Something to keep an eye on.
And if I have any more runaways, I'll know just who to call.
I guess this is my life now.
Lovely. That was...
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
That was so fun. I loved that. Rubber duck procedures. Rubber duck. Containment procedure. Direct contact with the item is not permitted. Safety gloves are required when handling. Description. Item is a yellow rubber duck bath toy from the 1950s. A single hole at the bottom allows air and water to flow in and out. The item makes a sound analogous to quacking. The item travels considerable distances with surprising speed. How it achieves this motion is unknown. The item forms a blank of unknown purpose with anyone who makes direct physical contact with it and begins to follow them, quacking often. This has led to a researcher named Blank entering cardiac arrest. Though due to the individual's health issues, the matter may not be connected to the item's effect. Appendix, item on loan to the research sector for further study. Damn.
Talk to the plants. Small talk was never really my strong suit. At least they can't talk back.
So she does acknowledge that we have to talk to them, but I don't... Which plants do we talk to? I don't really know. Oh. Oh.
I hope your day has been productive, little plant. That really works, huh?
I see. Okay. Alright. I get it. So we gotta look for the wilted plants. That's the radio. I know that there was one right here. Yeah.
I hope those nasty hiss haven't been bothering you too much.
That's cute. I like that a lot.
I wish my leaves were as pretty as yours.
What I love is that this is part of Ati's job. Oh my gosh.
Do you have a family? I have a brother. I miss him a lot. They say I'm the director, but what does that mean? I have no experience in leadership roles. I have no on-the-job training.
I still have not been able to get in here. Right? Oh, maybe I can. But I can't go. I don't know.
You and Hedron were never one and the same. It helped Darling with the HRAs to slow the hiss down. And it helped me learn to tap into this power I had inside. You.
This is so cool. So I guess if you travel to different places again, then you get some new dialogue, depending, I guess, where you are. It's pretty sick. What? Oh, I haven't been in here. Oh, hold on. Can I not talk to this anymore? I'll come back. Astral plane counter essay. Alternative perspective. Objects of power and their astral connections. Summary. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the blank, an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or as little as I am allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power, the blank, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, in fact ingrained into the very blank of objects, such as the hotline or the surface weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the blank, but had the connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the blank? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director or at least worthy of the role. Why do we assume this involvement but the blank is a natural fact and not something more blank? This is by Emily as well, holy shit. Examination of paranatural topics, the astral plane and objects of power. Oh, this is by Dr. Darling. Summary: the Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by the Jungian archetypes and the collective subconscious would be inhibited by paranatural energies when an AW occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the blank and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold to the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through the objects of power. I will attempt to disprove any of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. I think he was onto something with that. To Darling from Lewis about the parakinesiology budget. Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been the squeakiest wheel, all fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration, Dr. Abram Lewis. All right, sir. All right. There we go. Now we can do this.
Your chlorophyll really brings out the green in your leaves. That's all of them. But I kind of wish there were more. They're good listeners.
She has discovered the beauty of plants.
The mold's gotten in here too? All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun.
Simulacrum. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. If this item's form is different than any previously reported, then make a note describing the new form. Description. The object's true shape and appearance are unknown. It is known to take the form of the following objects: ring of keys, lunchbox, wrench, microscope, stapler, glasses, meal tube, spoon. The item is able to adopt the physical form of items in its immediate vicinity. The item is capable of limited physical movement, repositioning itself whenever it changes form. This only occurs when it is unobserved, physically and digitally. Because of this, the transition between shapes has never been observed. Reciting formula I-14 or I-32 causes the item to reveal itself by shuddering. Background: the item was initially discovered within the Bureau itself. Whether an agent brought it here inside intentionally or otherwise, or it resided here prior to the Bureau's arrival to the oldest house, is unknown.
Goodbye, Mr. Clog. I sincerely hope we never meet again.
This one took me freaking forever because I didn't realize what they were supposed to look like.
That should slow it down. The mold's gotten in here too? All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun. That should slow it down.
Initiative proposal: the Threshold Kids. Problem: with the recent arrival of Blank, there are certain glaring gaps in the Bureau's ability to educate and raise a young Blank. There are no other Blank for Blank to play with, and Blank is expected to learn about a frightening new concepts. Solution: Blank will require a slow, Blank-friendly introduction to paranatural topics. With this in mind, allow me to introduce the Threshold Kids, a television show in which a cast of cheerful puppets explain the dangers of living at the Bureau, but also show the fun side of the paranatural. Budget would be minimal. I took a few puppet-making courses at my local community center. We can have research staff build the sets, record the footage, and even do voices. It'll be good for morale, and I guarantee Blank will respond positively to these videos. We can't expect a Blank to enjoy lectures and people in lab coats, but as television has proven for years, Blank love puppets. Yeah, I don't know about that.
There's one of those mold hosts.
That was actually an accident, and I'm glad I found it. Federal Bureau of Control, thank you for the file. It was very helpful. I've re-archived it with the BlackRock research in case you need to refer to them again. Yes, video shoots are always interesting. I expect my availability for those to decrease in the future. However, as my analysis of this newly discovered BlackRock variant is reaching a critical point, I hope you will be allowed to attend them still, darling. Seems to be under a lot of pressure lately, and I'm sure he would appreciate any support you can provide. Regarding the analysis you provided, I do not have any questions. Thank you for the expeditious delivery. Regards, Special Agent Dr. Carla Vaughn. Tangible effective rituals. Summary: obsessive compulsive disorder, hoarding, anxiety disorders. While certain manifestations of these conditions are simply the result of mental illness, sometimes individuals are simply performing Blank called rituals. The Blank of rituals can vary: numerology, dream logic, forfeiture, verbal formulae, repetitive action, and casual tethers are just some of the procedures involved. Some rituals are consistent, such as pulling the light switch cord 3 times to enter the motel, but some are erratic. While most people engage in minor rituals every day, the vast majority do not understand the importance behind their actions. Avoiding disaster, amassing luck, or simply locating lost keys are all the result of daily rituals. Individuals who recognize a deeper meaning behind these compulsive actions are inherently aware of the paranatural world and, when located, should be considered for employment at the Bureau. Oh, I'd love to work there. Lucky item manifest. Bronze koi fish china attracts abundance and wealth. Feng shui. Horseshoe Ireland wards off evil. Orientation important. Heels up allows luck to be kept. Heels down, luck flows outward. Maineki Neko Japan. Beckoning cat used in shops. Paw held up to beckon customers, creating luck for the business owner. Four-leaf clover Ireland. Shamrock. Rare plant variation. Connections to druidic healing rituals. Elephant, China, protection, good luck, wisdom. Feng shui. Light bulb, various. Documented gambling rituals indicate luck is produced when all the lights in the room are turned on. Note effects of items to be tested, considering investigating the orientation of the horseshoe. Also consider positioning of feng shui objects. Proximity of luck items may influence luck readings. More information on ritual use, lucky actions to perform and avoid, and relevance to OCD behavior. See file bleh. Before using the recording devices, please ensure the following safety measures are met. Ensure the volunteer is securely fastened in their chair. Ensure the hood is placed over the volunteer's head. This will prevent the volunteer from taking in visual stimuli during the recording process, which can lower the quality of captured footage. This also prevents recording technicians from viewing the volunteer's face, which undergoes muscle spasms during the recording that some consider upsetting. Check if the volunteer is comfortable. Activate the recording apparatus. After recording is complete, check volunteer cognitive ability using provided questionnaire. Reminder, do not be alarmed if the length of recorded footage exceeds the volunteer's period of unconsciousness. Astral dilation is a known issue. If any problems arise during the process, contact your supervisor. Darling here, some of you were curious why I had these sensory deprivation tanks installed. I thought I'd shed some light on the subject. Maybe some of you have heard of a Dr. Yoshimi Tokui, the man behind the hugely popular guided imagery experience tapes. Apparently his tapes go beyond the normal meditative qualities of such things, but create genuine hallucinatory visions in some listeners, or so the reports say. We brought these tanks in to test Dr. Tokui's tapes for ourselves. Plus, there may be some stress-relieving uses for the staff down the road. I think we could all benefit from some time in a dark and closed space, don't you? If you have any more questions, feel free to stop by my office, and you know where it is. Official findings report read Dr. Yoshimi Tokui. Dr. Yoshimi Tokui, a Japanese citizen residing in Tokyo, has produced a series of guided imagery experience audio recordings that have gained notable popularity around the globe. Due to his unusually swift rise in fame, along with reports of vivid blank accompanying the use of his tapes, investigation sector staff were asked to look into Dr. Tokui's background. We found no past incident with an altered occurrence, nor any evidence of involvement with an altered organization. However, agents that attended a signing event reported blank while hearing Dr. Tokui speak. We recommend that the research team obtain an audio recording of Dr. Tokui's voice, perform any and all relevant analyses. Based on the findings, the investigation sector will determine next steps regarding Dr. Tokui, as well as his eligibility for the Prime Candidate Program. Oh. Nadine, send this to research for analysis. Re my pro-cognitive powers. Urgent. Dr. Darling, last night I had a dream. In the dream I was given the solution to a staffing problem I had been presented with just yesterday. The problem is of a confidential nature and must therefore remain unclarified here. But I can assure you that the method through which I received this helpful information was undeniably paranatural. I can only draw the conclusion that I possess exceptional precognitive abilities and as such offer my services to the Bureau's research team, who must utilize my powers for the greater good. Signed, Dr. Francis Bertman. I think that the quest that took the most time was finding the mold hosts, because they were literally all over the place, and I actively had to search them out and find them. But like a good indicator of where they were was all the mold on the floor, so that was not too difficult to find them in the end, just a bit time consuming.
I think that's the last one. I should let Underhill know. I found the hosts. They won't be spreading any more mold.
Well done. I'll send burn teams to sanitize the locations. I'm beginning to wonder if these hosts are originating outside the threshold in independent patches of mold growth.
You don't sound very optimistic.
Optimism is for farmers, as my mother always said. I suppose you could now return to that hiss business you all seem so concerned about.
This woman has some incredible tunnel vision. I'll see you later, Rhea.
Dr. Underhill, if you please.
And that's pretty much it for the catch-up. Next time we'll be revisiting this game again. We're going to be tackling the DLC. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, throw those babies down below. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, go ahead and hit subscribe so you get notification on when the next episode is out. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Bye!